bows are out. Let me explain what I mean by that. This is not a fashion statement. This is a safety statement. This is an example of a bow. When the branches are bowed over and trees are bowed over, this is a sign of predator Bigfoots being in your area. This is another example of a bow being held down by a branch. These are artificially, manually bent over by the predator Bigfoots and part of an elaborate hunting system. Let's look around and see what other bows are in this area. Just beyond that bow is another. Here's a perfect example of a bow. It has been pushed down, a small tree pushed down by the predator Bigfoot and held down by another tree that's been pushed down. Just beyond it, you can see two more bows. There and further. Within this very small section of property, there are several bows. We are in a predator Bigfoot hunting ground. There's a road right up there that's very busy at a couple times a day, but that doesn't stop these predators from doing tree breaks, snapped off trees, from doing bows held down by other broken trees. And beyond there is another bow, and one behind it. If we look over here, there's another small bow right there. And these are all part of an elaborate hunting ground. Here's some more. You see several bows here. Beyond that is a feed bag. We are not hunters. We do not feed deer. That bag has been drug here by these predators. Our nearest neighbor that hunts is maybe a quarter mile down the road. We'll take a closer look at these bows and at that feed bag. The prey is herded through over sharpened spikes. This is something that we talk about often in our Predator Bigfoot book. Those sharpened spikes, when prey is herded through these bows, it impales itself or harms itself on those spikes. We call those land spikes. And the logs will be shifted around under the bows. As I said earlier, this feed bag does not belong here. The neighbors across the street don't hunt or feed their deer, and the nearest neighbors that do hunt are about a quarter mile down the road. So this bag has been drug here. It didn't blow here in the wind because there's far too much foliage and stickers and vines and trees to be able to get here in the deep into this tree line like it is. This is another bow. This is a small one. It's only about knee high. But the smaller bows have smaller prey run through them. In fact, you can even see that rabbits and small preys run through there. As I follow along this path, and I'm really a very short distance away, you can see that feed bag right up there, that spot of white. Here are more bows. There's a small one there and a larger one there. And further beyond past that log is another bow. As I turned around, I spotted one more bow. And another. And another large one. And another. As we walk along this path, we'll find more bows. Most likely find bones and fur, things like that, because we always do in this predator Bigfoot hunting area. Exactly as I said, we find some remains of a deer. Maybe 20 feet away from the last bow I showed you. This is why our deer population is declining. Here's a bow that's being turned into a blind, and we'll talk more about the blinds in the next video. You can see that was the beginning structure woven between those trees, and then other branches, broken trees placed in to create a blind. Here you see lots of tracks. This is an ambush spot. Even this branch, you can see that it's been placed just so. And over there, they've created one giant hunting system. What started out with a bow has turned into a corral and several ambush blinds. You see a larger bow there in the distance. Lots of tracks today. You can hear the crows in the distance. As we told you in our book, Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, the crows alert the predators that there is prey nearby. Another blind being constructed. And you can see the cars going by up there. We are not far off the road at all. As we told you, the game trails run through the bows. There's the large bow. There's the game trail. They're strategically placed. Something has been digging here. Well, we know what it is. This stick doesn't even belong there. It was used to push the prey out this hole. Here's another feed bag drug here through thickets and briars. As we said, and it's inside the blind. As we said, we don't hunt. This game trail leads to more bows, more blinds. There's a large bow. You notice the sun coming through there? Oftentimes the bows are put in that direction so that you're blinded when the predator is in there and you can't see as well. Very strategic, they're cunning. Here's another bow. All of this has increased. This mess. These are not your friendly forest guardians. They are predators. This is the back side of the bows I showed you earlier. You can see how close to the house it is. There's another small low bow. And the bow I was at earlier with the sun shining through. For more information, read our books, Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, Monster Spotters, and Bigfoot Gifters by Jerry Williams and Lead Tracker E.